ask any councillor to disclose pecuniary interest and the general nature thereof for this agenda and for minutes of a meeting in which you were not in attendance. I believe I have any. Reminder when to shut off their electronic devices, please, and prohibit the receiving or transmission of e-data. All right, it is moved by Councillor Barron, second by Councillor Middleton, resolved that the Council of the Corporation of Municipality of Red Lake hereby consider sections 4 through including 8 of Part 1 consent agenda as read and adopt the items. Any councillor wish to discuss or debate any item set forth in this resolution? And I will start with Councillor Barron.
No, I'm fine, thanks.
Councillor Goodwill.
I'm going to be good.
And Councillor Middleton.
And I'll make it a trio.
And I will call the question. All in favor? Be it further moved by Councillor Goodwill, second by Councillor Barron, resolved that the Council of the Corporation Municipality of Red Lake hereby consider all bylaws, Section 9 of Part 1 consent agenda as read without amendment or debate a first and second time. And again, call the question. All in favor? And that is carried. Thank you. And be it further resolved, moved by Councillor Middleton, second by Councillor Barron, resolved that the Council of the Corporation Municipality of Red Lake hereby consider all bylaws, Section 9 of Part 1 consent agenda as read a third time and passed. Does any councillor wish to discuss or debate any item set forth in this resolution? I will start with Councillor Goodwill.
I'm fine.
Councillor Barron.
I'm fine.
And I'm fine, Mr. Mayor.
And again, I will call the question. All in favor? That is carried. Welcome, Jen.
Hi, sorry.
No, that's quite right. Reports of council. This actually emanates from the Event Center feasibility team in conjunction with Stantec. Moved by Councillor Barron, second by Councillor Goodwill, resolved that the Council of the Corporation Municipality of Red Lake hereby appoints the following to the Event Center feasibility project management team, including myself, Councillor Mota, Mr. Vermette, CAO, Mr. Harlan, Mr. Limey, Ms. Shushak, and Mr. Anderson. Any discussion or debate? Councillor Middleton.
Just, not necessarily discussion, Mr. Mayor. I'm just wondering when you speak of yourself and Mr. Vermette, are we putting those in as positions or as names?
As positions.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at further down the road.
Yeah, no, I understand. Okay. That's why the positions are nominated.
I just want to just remind again on the mandate of this project management team. It's to provide oversight and guidance as it pertains to the Event Center feasibility study initiative. The project management team will see the initiative through the completion to the point of tendering. So this group will be together right up until that point of tendering.
If it gets to that point.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. So that's as far as it'll go. And after that, it would be, if the project doesn't proceed, that committee terminates. If the project proceeds at tendering point, it would turn over to, in all likelihood, our chief building official who would oversee our end of it.
Very similar to the medical center.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. If I could comment, this is modeled after the airport build and the medical center build. Same format, and that on those two projects it's worked quite well.
So when this team meets as a group and discuss whatever's being discussed, do we get minutes to council? Like, does council get the minutes as to,
You have
What's
there's
going
three
on?
avenues for reporting to council. It'll either be myself, Councilor Moda, or the CAO,
okay,
okay? And we will report after each meeting.
okay.
It's important that council be kept absolutely up to date as to where we sit with this particular project. Just like we did with the medical center. I think Councilor Middleton, you were on council then, Councilor Barron with the medical center, we had regular updates. The airport build was the same thing, so we have to know where we are at all times.
Just being a nosy question, how long does this, and I was not here for, I was at the end of the
Yeah.
medical center. I was not here for the airport. How long would it say, the starting now, as of tonight, does it go on for years? Or like, how long could it go on for? Like, I'm thinking this one could be a long term, but I'm not sure.
No,
How-
Stantec is the driver of the feasibility study. They were
Yeah,
commissioned.
I know they were
and-
here.
and so they will do that. This committee only works in concert with Stantec.
Okay,
it'll
so
be-
when Stantec is gone, this committee is gone.
No, this
No?
committee will be gone at the point of tendering, if it reaches the tendering stage. It'll be
Okay.
gone if the decision is made that the feasibility study isn't practical.
Okay.
That's really,
Interesting.
so there is a sunset to it.
Okay.
And these meetings normally occur during the day. They last an hour to 2 hours. And they'll be with, at the onset, I imagine the frequency will be a lot greater than they are towards the end of the process. That's just going with what we've done in the past. So. Any other comments? Call the question. All in favor? Okay, thank you. 12A, staff report, principles of operation. Mr. Vermette, please.
The recommendation before you is to amend bylaw number 82, 2015 by changing principle number 1.8, changing the title of it from respectability to respect. Remove principle 1.9 core values and replace it with safety. So on November 16, 2015, Council approved via bylaw the principles of operation, and I'll refer to them as the POs as we go through the staff report. So the POs was an outcome of an independent organizational review conducted on the Public Works Department. As part of the implementation of the POs, municipal full-time employees embarked on a training exercise centered around leadership, and this was a tiered professional development that was put on by Kaizen Institute, and again there was municipal full-time employees, and there was roughly 51 full-time employees that were able to participate through this exercise. And really, it's the beginning of the journey of implementing the POs. And but through the exercise, there was some very good feedback that came from the participants regarding the principles of operation. And one of them was respect, changing respectability to respect. We feel that changing the title aligns more accurately to the description of the principle. And it's, as stated in our POs, the municipality of Red Lake will value, respect, and trust all in a fair and compassionate manner. This change also aligns with our current 2016-2020 strategic plan. The second proposed change is Principle 1.9, and that's the removal of core values. Again, based on the feedback and some really good discussion, it was strongly suggested that the PO in its entirety, so the principles of operations in its entirety, represents the municipality's core values, and having it as a principle on its own is considered redundant. So with removing the core values, again, the principles of operation are our core values. We're suggesting adding safety, and the municipality of Red Lake and its employees will maintain a safe and healthy working environment and will meet and or exceed the provincially legislative Health and Safety Standards Act. There are no financial impacts to to amending this bylaw. Again, there is consideration, and we've made the commitment through our strategic plan surrounding professional development, but consideration for future professional development opportunities as it pertains to the implementation of the municipality's principles of operations. Does anybody have any questions, comments?
No, I think they're good recommendations. One's more housekeeping than anything, and one is a result of some good feedback from the employees. I think that we are committed to the essence of safety throughout our operation. So, Councillor Barron.
I have a question, and it's basically just on, I've heard so much about files and keeping them up to date and so on and so forth. And you mentioned 51 people were able to attend and take this course. So are those courses, whatever, pertain to different people? So I'm just wondering if that is added to their personnel file, because I'm assuming everybody has a file since you've come, and it be added so that you can know what's going on and what they've taken. Is these mandatory courses, or are they allowed to say, no, I'm not coming today, or whatever, you know? And if they do take them and they are mandatory, they are recorded so that the staff gets the credit for taking the course.
Yeah. So we've got a tracking system that will identify who took what course. I mean, if there's circumstances, someone had a family reunion and couldn't be around, well, I mean, we take that in consideration, and I mean, they miss that component of the training. But as I mentioned, this could be a long journey because we have 10 principles. So there is a tracking system that's in place, but the next step, now that we've completed the leadership component, we're going to get a group together made up of participants, and we're going to develop an attachment that will go with the description of leadership that really says this is what leadership means for the municipality of Red Lake. So what we'll do, and that'll be initiated tomorrow in the staff meeting, department head meeting, we'll identify individuals. So participants in the training will have a group of 7. So at the end, and so they'll be tasked with coming, what does leadership mean for the municipality? So we'll develop that. So, and I'll be the project lead on this particular one. So the next training session is communication. After that occurs, we'll have a project lead. We'll identify that person at that point. Could be a department head, but we'll identify that person. But there'll be 7 different people that will do the communication piece. So at the end of the 10, everybody that participated in the training will have their hands into the development of what communication means for the municipality of Red Lake, and so on.
Good. Thank you.
Anyone else? Good. I'll just go to the operative clause, moved by Councillor Midland, second by Councillor Goodwillie. Be it further that the Corporation Municipality of Red Lake hereby approves amend bylaw 822015 by changing principle 1.8, respectability to respect, and remove principle 1.9, core values, and replace it with safety. All in favor? Thank you. We have an additional bylaw moved by Councilor Midland, second by Councilor Goodwillie. Resolved that the Council of the Corporation Municipality of Red Lake hereby consider bylaw number 762016 as read without amendment or debate a first and second time. All in favor? Thank you. And be it further resolved, moved by Councilor Midland, second by Councilor Barron, resolved that the Council of the Corporation Municipality of Red Lake hereby consider bylaw number 762016 as read a third time and passed. Anyone wish to discuss or debate this resolution? CEO, any comment?
Well, this was, so this was under the motions, right here.
Yeah.
This was under the motions, and we missed putting it.
Excuse me. This one is for the amendment to the policy for the principal of operations. That's what this, unless.
Oh, okay, we're not there yet.
No.
Not
Oh,
there.
So is there anything final on the principles of operation? All in favor? No further debate. Thank you. Now, moved by Councilor Goodwillie, second by Councilor Middleton. Resolved that the Council of the Corporation Municipality of Red Lake hereby consider bylaw 772016 as read without amendment or debate a first and second time. All in favor? That's carried. And be it further resolved, moved by Councilor Goodwillie, second by Councilor Barron, resolved that the Council of the Corporation Municipality of Red Lake hereby consider bylaw 772016 as read a third time and passed. Any discussion or debate?
Oh, sorry, I was just going with that.
Okay, I thought you had something to say.
Oh, I was going with the phone. That's too fast.
Okay, now that I'm straight on where we're at.
Sorry about that.
This was under motions 8.3, and we missed putting it under the bylaws, and so this is why it was a late addition. This was a topic that we discussed in detail at the committee of the whole meeting last week, and it's now coming forward as an addition to the agenda.
And it's addition to the agenda at the end because with the consent agenda, we will not add to the bylaws. So, stand alone. And moved by Councilor Middleton, second by Councilor Barron, resolved that the Council of the Corporation Municipality of Red Lake hereby adjourns to meet again at the call of the mayor. All in favor? That is carried. Thank you.